This program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?
In a previous episode, we tackled financial behaviors that emerged during the current COVID-19 pandemic and what we need to understand to make better financial decisions in future. Our guest, financial consultant with Money Matters, Edna Dambe, said, while the pandemic taught most to live on less, there are some pockets of discord that do not align with the level of difficulty facing a lot of people. These behaviors include extreme money borrowing, excessive shopping, and intentionally spending money that was saved during the lockdown for long-term savings. As history tends to repeat itself, what does Edna advise as the best course of action during this time and indeed future difficulties?
Fluctuations will always take place over the years, and we need to learn from the past because it will come, whatever situation will repeat itself. Spending is a necessity. It is a part of the economy running itself. So people cannot be told not to spend. You've got those who will be petrified of even, spending on what they actually need. People do need to spend. But while we do, we need to reflect on those financial personalities that survive periods of uncertainty. We find that when you talk about saving, people will quickly rush to the word kingame. This person doesn't want to spend a penny on anything, but this person is better placed to face challenges when they arise. You see, so we need to look at those financial personalities that are able to cope with these fluctuations. It is definitely not the one who abuses their money and is left with a negative balance at the end of the month. People have to also remember that, especially the working people, whatever they're earning is more than what they were earning before they got the job. Do you see? Yeah. And this is one thing that we tend to forget. We get into a job, we're earning a particular amount that we signed off for when we accepted the job, and then over the years we get overburdened with debt, and then all of a sudden you talk to the same person, it's like, I earn nothing. Do you understand? But every day they go to that same job, I earn nothing. And the truth is, whatever they earn is more than what they would get without that particular job. So it's important to look at your earnings and appreciate the earning that you do get and use it for your own betterment. You see, it's easy to play with money, if I may use those words. It's very easy, but if you do not give, if you give thought to your expenditure, you'll find that you will spend on things that make sense to your personal needs in the present and the future. You see, at a time of uncertainty, it's not a time to go into panic investments. No, because you need to appreciate that you're going through a situation, everybody else is going through a situation. So are the criminals. Do you understand? They're out there with all sorts of hoaxes, making all sorts of promises. Oh, invest in this, you will get that. Do this, you will get that. And this is a time when you need to look at the common sense of saving and investing and saying, if somebody is promising me so much in return, is this not too good to be true? So use your own common sense and stay away from these people who make it look like you can put 10 pula down and come and collect 3,000 pula next week. Yeah. That is clearly a hoax, right? And another thing I'd like to really stress on, we have to appreciate that there is no success without sacrifice. Absolutely not. So people are rushing to sell off their appreciating assets just to remain at a particular lifestyle. Pretty much taking the behavior of the ostrich. You see, you cannot pretend you're not going through you cannot pretend there is no situation you're going through and just continue as normal, because it's the assets that you sell off for temporary pleasure are not going to come back. We're seeing people selling plowing fields, masimo. Do you understand? This is something that can feed you later. This is something that will feed your children and their children later. Do you see? So to use the excuse of financial uncertainties to dispose of appreciating assets is to have no self-respect for yourself and your family. Do you understand? I go back to the statement that there is no success without sacrifice. You see, so learn to cut down seriously. During times of uncertainty, let's learn to live on less. And we know it is possible. You will not die from it. You see, so it's that's a message I'd like to send out there.
When running a business means
Where did I put that receipt?
we can help you with instant accounting, free software that does your bookkeeping for you. When running a business means
Wait, what do you mean the container hasn't arrived?
we help protect your business from risk with Mohwebi Insurance. And when it means
How do we pay our staff that don't have bank accounts?
we help you make multiple payments directly to people's phones with e-wallet bulk send. At FNB, we're constantly innovating to help business owners at every stage of their journey.
Welcome back to First Issues. We resume our discussion on ways to maintain composure and calmness in the face of financial adversity with our guest Edna Dambe, who is a financial consultant at Money Matters.
On the issue of no panic investments, it's important for people to keep calm and look for proper investment opportunities. You see, it's when you take your time and go through the different regions, whether locally or internationally, right? You can actually see where opportunities do exist, but you must go through the due process and make sure that you are paying for what you understand and what you will get back. A time of uncertainty requires you to live by proper financial principles. You understand? Do not spend more than you earn. You see, avoid consumption debt. It is disheartening to see people borrowing for consumption. At times like that, there are good reasons to borrow because the money you're getting will improve your net worth ultimately. Do you understand?
Yes.
But we tend to forget this, and we're like, oh my goodness, I've gone through such a difficult time. I would just like to get some money on go on holiday. You understand?
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to the Delta, if you're gonna go to Tuli Block, have the money.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But to borrow to consume, is not a very clever thing. Another thing I'd like to say around both during times of uncertainty and always is please understand your financial contracts, be it an insurance policy, be it a loan contract, be it an investment contract. Just understand your financial contract, because we have people coming to us pointing fingers at others to say, these people have cheated me. They have cheated me. this is what happened, this person said this and that. And you know, my question is always, what pressured you to rush into something that you didn't fully understand? Because you walk away with a contract that says you're going to be paying a premium that escalates at a rate of 10% per annum. You start off with an affordable amount. As the time goes on, you find yourself in a situation where you can't afford it. You see, but go back to your broker, explain the situation. They will assist you, because the policy actually does say, just write a letter, give us 30 days notice to say you want to cancel the inflation increase. But a lot of people are screaming blue murder. They're claiming that the insurer is cheating them. They're not being cheated. Please, please, please read your financial contracts. And during a time of uncertainty, it's not the time for impulsive spending. No. You know, it's not a time to spend to impress. No. This is the time when one needs to appreciate their personal values and decide what their financial goals will be. You know, once your financial goals are tied to your values, you can't go wrong. You know, even when, you know, markets rock, you know where you want to go. Do you understand? You'll make the sacrifices where you need to get to where you're going. You see. And lastly, I'd like to say, everybody, all of us, have our financial situations. Don't use yours to fail. Do you understand? Yeah. Because some people say, well, you don't understand where I come from. You know, that person is better off than I am, so that's why they succeeded. That person is more educated than I am, that's why they succeeded. Everybody has got a situation. Don't allow your situation to make you fail. Structure your financial goals in such a manner that you accommodate whatever situation you may feel you have, but don't make it a reason to fail.